craziest setup ever, so just ignore that. But I'm going to curl my hair because it's been a while. And I've already put this stuff in my hair. It's Paul Mitchell, a heat protectant, super skinny serum. I love that stuff as like just a heat protectant. But stinks. I really don't want to curl my hair, but I have to. It's just so flat. Like, I don't like how my hair looks today, so usually I like to curl it. I have a nice long weekend. I have Monday off of work, so I kind of want to look cute. So usually I keep my hair curly, like literally all weekend. I'll curl it on either Friday or Saturday and just keep it curled like all weekend. Just brush it out and it looks really pretty. But enough of me rambling. What I'm gonna do, I should like bring up memories and like pictures of how I used to look like growing up and like stories. I feel like that would be so much more interesting. And like, I know I look different. I have different eyelashes that I'm trying out. I hope they're like, let me know your opinions below if you're like a girl and into eyelashes, if these look good or not, because I cannot tell. Growing up, I had 3 other sisters. We're all like really close in age. We lived in this like beautiful 2-story house. I absolutely loved that house. When I got older, like as I got older and when I was trying to like house hunt, I really wanted a house that was 2-story, just like my old house, like growing up. I absolutely adored that house. Like the neighborhood was so awesome and my friends, like I just loved that neighborhood like growing up. But I'll insert a video because I just recently, I think it was like last weekend, I went with my mom, we went thrift shopping and we drove past our old house and I cannot believe, it's just so crazy to look at, but I'll insert the little like video that you can see of the house and the neighborhood. It was just so fun. That neighborhood was so awesome. When we went trick-or-treating for Halloween, every single house on like down every single street in the whole entire neighborhood was participating in Halloween. They had lights, blow-ups, they had candy. Some houses had sodas, food that they gave out the kids, like candy bars, money. Like it was just so cool. I absolutely loved, that was the best memory ever, was like during Halloween time, because we would all, our friends, our parents, the neighbors, everybody like grouped up together and they went to this neighborhood because it was so poppin'. Like everybody participated and we would go out for hours, like literally hours and hours, like 3 or 4 hours walking the whole entire neighborhood, just getting candy and like hanging out. It was so fun. Like that was the one memory that I will never forget. And that's what makes me so sad now, because like times are so different. And I know there's some neighborhoods that are pretty cool, like they do participate, but it's not like it used to be. But I have my little, this thing I got from like Five Below a long time ago, but it has all of my outfit that I'm gonna wear. And I'll obviously show you guys what I'm gonna wear, but I have to share. So on Amazon, I found, sorry if the lighting's horrible. On Amazon, I found a Blink-182 band t-shirt. They are literally my favorite. I loved so many different like punk bands back then. The Used, Blink-182, like I could go on and on and on. But whenever I rode the bus to school, whenever I walked to school, like anything I did, bands and music were like the one thing that got me through anything and everything. If I had to escape, like I just, when I was down, anything, literally music was huge. It still is to me. So I have that t-shirt. I have this little punk skirt that I got from Amazon. It's so cute. And then on top of the skirt, I was going to wear my little studded chain belt. And you know what's funny? Like now that I'm older, I can afford it, but back then I could not afford anything. Obviously we didn't have a job, we were young, and like my family was so big. It was hard for my family, like my parents, to afford stuff like that. Like we did have nice clothes and stuff, but nothing that I wanted because it was like too expensive. But I would always like kind of jimmy rig, I think that's what they call that. I would make my own belt. Like I would just get a belt and then like tie, like make chains, like put it around it. I don't know, I just made my own outfits. Like I was very crafty and I tried to make it work myself. I have accessories to go with this. I have the old school necklaces with the little yin yang on it, and it's a little choker. I have literally everything. I cannot wait to put this together. I've been dying to use, or like make a video on this. I'll also show you old pictures, and I'll try really hard to not insert anyone's face. But I had the best time growing up, and like middle school, in like elementary school and middle school, I had like the best time, the best childhood. I thought I was the biggest tomboy ever. Even when I was younger, like in elementary school, like tiny, we used to have huge trees in the front of our yard, like super tall trees, like very, very, very tall. I was not afraid. I would climb during hurricane season when the winds are like gusting back and forth and crazy. My dad used to make fun of me all the time because I would go out front and I would play outside. I would just say I'm playing outside. I would climb all the way to the top of the tree and just hang on and swing there, like during hurricane season. I was weird. I was a wild child. I was into like Lord of the Rings. I was into just so many crazy things. Cars. I loved race cars. Like I could go on and on and on. But then once I hit middle school, my parents were still together because they actually didn't separate until I was in 9th grade, when I was going into like high school. But I used to cut out of magazines like certain bands or like cute boys that I liked, and I used to put them like a collage all over my room. Like I had posters of like Led Zeppelin, and I don't know, I had the coolest room ever. I thought I literally put stuff everywhere. And then I got into middle school. We moved out of our 2-story house, and I'm trying to think of where we moved. Oh, I moved over like a gated community. It was horrible. Like Trinity area. It was like a like Richie neighborhood. I don't really like neighborhoods like that because it was HOA. Sorry if you live there, no offense, but I really hate it because you can't like do anything. Like the HOA people always like drive around and they're like, you can't have stuff in your yard. Oh, your trash isn't up like to your house right away. They'll fine you. If you don't mow your lawn right away, they'll fine you. Like it was just, I hate living those areas. And the kids on the bus were not that nice. Like there was probably like a couple that were nice, but they were not nice. Like I don't know, I didn't really like it. I ended up going to middle school. I had a lot of friends, like the punk-emo friends. Oh my god, I loved so much. Like they were so fun. We had so much in common, and this is, I'm gonna share like a couple embarrassing pictures, but this is like literally what I used to look like. Barely any makeup. I think I had like mascara on or something. I never wore makeup. I look so different. Like I don't even know who that person is anymore. But little me. And then I'm gonna cover my friend. I absolutely love her and I miss her, but I would always take pictures with my friend. We went to school together, we lived in the same neighborhood together, but we used to like dress up all goofy and wear like skirts over our short or pants, and oh my god, it was so fun. Here's when I started getting a little like preppy, I guess they call it. Like I started wearing, sorry the mess, the whole entire house is so messy, don't judge me, but I loved this outfit so much. I'm gonna cover the house because it looks kind of bad. But like this was me like kind of preppy. Was like the camo pants, like the capris I guess they are. I wore a shirt and like some tie throw thing over, and then I still had Converse, I think. Yeah, they look like Converse. But that was me trying to be like preppy. Me and my my second oldest sister's puppy, Bailey. He recently passed and I miss him so much. Like he was such a good dog. But that was me and Bailey when he was so little, like a puppy. Oh, I wish I had more pictures. I guess that's it. No. I thought I had more, but I guess not. Maybe I'll find some online. But it's just so crazy to look back. Like, I don't know. It's just so crazy. But I don't regret anything. The friends I've met, the people I've like hung out with. Oh my god, I just had the best childhood growing up. But the one thing that made me switch, like I was a little punk emo girl. And the one thing that made me switch and like act a little like preppy and like change my clothes was people were treating me horrible because I used to dress like that. Like in middle school and high school, they started treating me horrible like as I got older. So I also decided to like test myself, and I started dressing preppy, and people started like talking to me and noticing me, and like it was just so sad that people judge you in like real life on how you look. I just like changed my clothes one day and they were like, oh, who's this? Who's this new girl? Like, I've been here the whole time. But I had the best friends ever in my neighborhood. I used to play basketball with a kid across the street, literally right across the street from me. He used to knock on my door all the time, and he's like, hey, can Amanda come out and play? And he was so fun. We literally would play basketball right after school all the time. We would play tag, like just all these different games. And then we also got, because there was a lot of kids that lived in our neighborhood, a few times we used to get kids around the neighborhood together, and then at night we used to play manhunt, where you just hide. It's pretty much tag, like you hide and then like tag you're it. But it was so fun. One memory I do remember, I was skateboarding. I think it was when I was first starting. My uncle Nick, he loves skateboarding. He's so good at it. He literally is so good. But this one time he was over visiting, and I like begged him to teach me how to skateboard, because I loved the skater boys. Like, I thought they were just so adorable, so I was trying to like impress them. So I was like trying to teach myself how to skateboard so I can like impress them, but nobody like gave me the time of day because I looked like a boy. Like, literally I was not cute at all until I got into like high school and I started dressing like a girl. Like, they actually noticed me, but literally I looked like a boy. I still had long hair and everything, but I don't know. I would ask my Uncle Nick to help me skateboard, just teach me how to do like an ollie and a kickflip. And this one time when I was first starting out, I ripped open the top of my, like the foot, or like the top of my ankle. I accidentally ripped it open. I just, like, I scraped it against the road, like the concrete. And I was like, it wasn't anything bad, like nothing severe, nothing like I had to go to the doctor or whatever. I just put a band-aid on it and kept going. Like, literally I kept trying to skateboard. And a night after that, I remember the whole neighborhood, all the kids were getting together and we're playing manhunt. It was wet, it was raining out, and not pouring down, but it had already rained, and I think it was just sprinkling. But I was in a tree and I was trying so hard not to get caught, so I jumped down and I started running, and I slipped right underneath. There was a whole bunch of like sand and dirt and rocks, so I slipped and then ripped that same spot that I was skateboarding and cut myself. I ripped that open. Oh, it's a scar now. It's not terrible, it's just like a little circle, but oh, that was nasty, just ripping that open. But I kept playing. I literally ran inside, got a band-aid, came back out and started playing. I was that kind of girl. Like, I don't care. Nothing could stop me from having fun with my friends. Like, I literally loved my friends so much. Like, it was so cool. It makes me so sad, like, now that we're all older and like we barely talk. We don't even, like, I do see some of my friends on like Facebook, or I'll try to like reach out and just like, hey, how's it going? I miss you. We should get together sometime, or anything. Like, I know we're all busy and have a life now, but I don't know. I just literally had the best friends ever growing up. And like, my whole point is I rushed my life away. Like, when I was younger, I used to like cry on the way to school, like on the bus, and I would listen to music on my either CD player or my MP3 player. That's what we had back then. I didn't have an iPod. I just had a CD player or a MP3 player. And I didn't have a cell phone until I was like 18 or 19, like after I graduated school. I never had a cell phone. Whenever I had a bad day or was not doing good, I would just listen to music and just, that would be it. But yeah, I definitely miss being young. But I used to wish time away because I hated school. Like, literally, because I used to get picked on because I had red hair, and on top of that I was like an emo tomboy, so I guess those don't mix when you're young. But people used to pick on me all the time, and I was like, whatever. It probably is why I'm the way that I am now. Like, I'm more girly and like care about my look. My sister, my oldest sister, I used to always sneak into her bedroom and steal her band t-shirts. She was the one that had the Blink-182 shirt. She had a My Chemical Romance shirt. I used to steal all of her band t-shirts and wear them to school. I loved her band t-shirts, and I did not have any. Like, I might have had like one. I think I had like a Beatles shirt or something like that, but I used to steal all of her shirts, but obviously like wash them and give them back to her. But I don't know, I used to love her t-shirts. It's funny because I do care about what people think of me now that I'm older. Like, I do care. There's always that little part of me that does. But then again, like, as I get older, I'm also not really caring. Like, I do get ready for myself, and I truly feel like when you look good, you feel good. That's how my mindset is. Like, once I'm all like dolled up, and because Monday through Friday I work from home. I do not leave my house. I don't wear makeup. I don't straighten my hair. I don't touch my hair. I literally will take a shower and just go work, and that's it. Like, I don't wear makeup or anything. So on the weekends, I like to get like dolled up and look cute, and it just makes me more productive and want to do stuff. So I don't know. I do care now that I'm older, but not as much as I used to, if that makes sense. I feel like the 90s and the 2000s were by far the best era, like, to live in. My personal opinion. I used to also play basketball. Maybe if I find some pictures. That was like elementary schoolish. I used to play basketball at the YMCA. Literally loved playing basketball. I was really little. I think I was in elementary school. But that was like the best time ever also, because my dad used to take me all the time to my practices, and he used to get me my favorite Gatorade during practice time or like during a game, and they kept saying how good I was. Like, I don't remember, obviously when you're that young, certain things you don't remember. I remember playing in the team, but I don't remember like how good I was or what I did. I remember I was a point guard. A lot of fun. I definitely miss and loved basketball growing up. But then as I got older, I did want to start doing it in like middle school and like hopefully get into high school like sports. But since there were so many of us girls, and my parents weren't doing the greatest, it was like too expensive. The rides to and from, they couldn't do from school, and how expensive it was to enroll your kids in those sports like during school time. My parents could not do that or afford it. So I always was like, oh, maybe another time. But it was just too expensive. I remember I was in Girl Scouts too. That was fun, but I also hated it at the same time. Like, I loved snack time, and when a long time ago we used to sleep in this cabin, like all of us girls in the Girl Scouts, there were no beds. We all just camped on the ground, like on the ground of the cabin. We all brought sleeping bags, and we all slept there and stayed up late making a dream catcher. Like, we literally were making it from scratch. The main teacher lady or whatever she was, she used to like teach us how to make a dream catcher. Like, those were the two like biggest memories. I really liked that. That was fun. But I hated what's it called? I hated Girl Scouts. Just, it wasn't me. It was too like, it was boring. But I loved like the camping and stuff like that. If I had like a crush on you growing up, when I was like much younger, like middle school or elementary school, if I had a crush on you and I had something that you wanted, I would just give it to you. Like, literally, I had the coolest Element skateboard ever. It was so expensive. I'm pretty sure my uncle gave it to me. I could be wrong. I can't remember where I got it. I think it was my uncle's. But there was this skater boy that I like literally thought he was so cute. And he was like, oh, cool skateboard, where'd you get it? Blah, blah. And I was like, oh, I don't remember, but here you go if you want it. And notice none of them liked me. None of them liked me at all. And it was, I was like giving up all my stuff for no reason. But that was my way of showing you that I really liked you, is like giving you my stuff. It was really weird. That's the only like bad trait about me. I will give you everything I have if I really like you. It's really weird. But I am so thankful that I did have my sisters and the good like group of friends that I did have. Like, I don't know what I would do without them. My parents also separated when I was younger, and it was really hard. The family kind of was split up, but my parents still wanted like 2 weeks back and forth between each parent. So I was picking up like anything I could, packing it in a bag, and going to my dad's for 2 weeks, and then going to my mom's for 2 weeks. And they were really far apart, so if you lost like your homework, like left it at your dad's, or an outfit that you wanted to wear, a brush, anything, if you left it at that parent's house, oh well, too bad, you'll get it in 2 weeks. Like, it just sucked so much. That I don't miss. It was really, really, really hard when my parents separated. I did not like that at all. Fun. Like, the people that I did meet, it was really, really cool. I do have a girl that I lived with, her and her mom. The daughter, I can't remember how old she was, but I think she was in her teens. And she was so good at drawing. Like, so, so good. And she knew how to write in the elf language, I think it's called. I forget the right term for it, but like Lord of the Rings, I was obsessed with. She drew me Legolas. She drew me him, like a whole picture. I still have it to this day. It was so amazing. And then she knew how to write in like the elf writing, like the cursive, and how nice. I don't know, there's a whole like book on it. I think she gave it to me. I don't know if I still have it. But I was so fascinated. I'm like, how do you know how to do all this? But that's another thing. I loved video games. Like, I spent a lot of my time doing that. And I still have almost all the video games I had growing up. But I am glad that I had sisters growing up, because it was a lot of fun. Like, we used to, during like spring break or like the summer, we were so young, like really, really young. We used to turn our couches into our cars. Like, we would pretend like they were our cars and like drive around. And then our bedrooms, we would pretend like they were our apartments. And then we would play gymnastics in the living room because it was really big. So we would be like, all right, up next is Amanda. And then I would just start doing like a cartwheel because that's all I could do. My sister could do like a handstand and all that, but I couldn't. But like, it was so fun. We took I think, did we take a mattress or a sleeping bag? I can't remember which one, but we took one of those and went down the stairs with it. It was so funny. But we were little troublemakers. Although we did get in some nasty fights, like cat fights. Really, really, really bad. Pulling hair, scratching, like really bad. Oh, this one time, I had a waterbed upstairs. Don't know who popped it, but that was popping, leaking everywhere. I remember we had to take the hose and like drain it from upstairs, like down the window. Had to get rid of that real quick. Oh, that stinks. It doesn't even stay. But I had a waterbed. This one time, my little sister, I was sharing a room with her, and she was making me mad for some reason. I was really young. Mind you, I was probably like 10 or something like that. Really, really, really young. And she was making me so mad. She did something bad, I can't remember, but I took everything that she owned, like all of her clothes, her shoes, and I was chucking them out the window of our 2-story house. Like, I would just chuck them all out. And then my little sister, she ran to my parents and told them. And then I had to go out and pick everything up and clean it. Like, it was so bad. Like, it was funny to look at now, but we were so mean. Like I said, it was kind of rough. Like, when my parents separated, things were kind of like getting like worse and worse. Like, we'd have to do the 2 weeks back and forth, and then finally it came to a time when we had to decide like which school we wanted to go to, which parent we wanted to live with full time, and that's a lot on a kid. Like, I'm sorry, but it just really was difficult for me. So I'm sorry if I ever, like, any of my friends or anyone from high school, sorry if I ever treated them like poorly or ignored them, or like, you just never know what someone's going through. I was really like silent about it. I only told like a few people what I was struggling with, but I struggled with a lot. Like, it was like not a good time for me. Like, that kind of middle school into high school, it was so sad. And then having to leave your childhood friends that you grew up with for years, like having to pick up and leave and then go to a totally different school where you know nobody. It was really, really, really difficult. I'm going to change into my outfit, so BRB. Okay, I'm gonna try to record without light and then with light. So this is the final look. I used to wear headbands all the time, and I found these at Five Below. They look so cute. This little headband. And then I have the little choker from way back in the day. Don't know if this is showing up. I do have like a little yin yang necklace, and then a little amethyst on the inside of this. My Blink-182 shirt. My little belt that I wish I had when I was in middle school. Literally loved this. But I tried to make it myself. But I loved the studs and then the chains all around. This is like the cutest thing. And then the skirt was from Amazon. And then a little anklet. But this was how I used to dress in middle school. And I thought I was so cool. Nothing wrong with it. It's still really cute. Like, I would seriously go out like this. I literally love this. And it's comfy. But let me get my skateboard. You don't see any dog hair. Don't judge me. Come on, Measley. Come on, look for the skateboard. Let's look for the skateboard. All right, skateboard time. Heck yeah. My Vans are at my sister's house, so I can't wear those. Hey, like, move. Watch me bust my butt. Oh, heck yeah. Let's try it back. Can't really skate in my house. Paisley, move. You gotta move. Move, Chica. Move. Move. And this is me. And my skateboard. But I'll try to show you again, but with light, because I feel like it's really dark. There you go. So we got the headband, a cute little headband. We got this little choker, and then we got a yin yang necklace with the amethyst on the inside, my Blink-182 band t-shirt. And it's funny, I used to roll these up all the time, and then I would tie the back of my shirt, like tie it with a hair tie, and then just like put it underneath my shirt, if that makes sense. It was really weird. But I used to tie my shirts so they fit like really nice and snug. And then I had this little belt that I was obsessed with. I used to make this myself. Like, I just had a black belt and would tie like chains that I found to it. So like middle school me would have loved this. And then I'll show you this side. And the chains go all the way around. And then the little skirt. It's just so cute. And then I have just like a little anklet. But I love this. It brings back so many memories. I was gonna record this like a random day, like during the week, but it just didn't feel right. So I'm glad I waited. And then sure enough, my sister has a birthday party and it's 90s theme. So I'm like, But I'm going as me in middle school, Avril Lavigne wannabe, and like just like a punk rock emo kid, because I'm sure every era had that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.